Hi guys, I'm back, and it was quite a couple of matches recently. England 85 seconds away from crashing out the tournament like Roy Hodgson's dismal Euro 2016 squad, but at last 2 quick-fire goals managed to save good old Gareth's job. But the cracks in disorganisation for the three lions would have been brought up by the BBC if it wasn't for the goals. To be honest, I think a lot of people would have thought that once the English conceded to the Slovaks, that they would have crumbled under the pressure and crashed out just like France 2016. But at last, when Bellingham bicycle kicked it over Dubravka in the 9+5 minute to drag the English into extra time, and then Kane scoring right off the back after, the English managed to turn it around and go 2-1 up. But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, as at the halftime break of extra time, Gareth Southgate decided to bring on 2 defensive changes for Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane. They're 2 goal scorers, by the way. Now, why did he do this? When England defending did not work, and then when Slovaks tried to defend on their 1-0 lead, it also didn't work. Gareth Southgate, for some reason, did this to calm it down, but that did the exact opposite as the Slovaks looked a lot more lively. But the English managed to hold on, and in the end, they ended up winning. So, why do I call this lucky? Well, it's pretty self-explanatory. The English did not learn anything. Once they went down, they kept defending. Once they went up, they kept defending. And now, they have to face Switzerland. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Switzerland will win. And easily too. The England will hold back and the Swiss will crush them. But at this point, I don't even think that's an unpopular opinion anymore. I just think everyone agrees. And once Gareth Southgate loses that match, he'll be out the job faster than Roy Hodgson, Fabio Capello, or any of the other failure of English managers. I think it was quite surprising when Harry Kane scored his goal. And when Jude Bellingham did score that bicycle kick, it was pretty insane. This just shows that the players are still very good, but it's just managerial mistakes. And when Jude Bellingham scored his goal, much to the despair of every Irish, Scottish, Welsh, French, German, and practically any other country, it was pretty shocking how the English managed to squirm past this in the way they did. But so at last, they did. But it's not like any of the other teams were much better, as the next team we move on to was France. France played just as dismal, and both sides were pretty equal. I'm not going to talk much about this game because it was pretty boring, but anyway, both sides had a lot of chances, and it felt like the French needed a bit of luck, like that one time where the French player decided it was better to use his hands instead of his feet to possibly knock one team that starts with the name I out of a World Cup opportunity. But at last, a Kolo Muani deflected shot of Jan Vertonghen brought that luck to the French, as they will now blast themselves into the quarterfinals of this tournament. Okay, so France and England got lucky, but surely the Portuguese won't get lucky as well. The Portuguese got lucky. Well, yeah. The Slovenians were great this game, but you could tell once the game was locked in 0-0 in the extra time that they were getting very tired. Portugal were very poor this game. They didn't create much chances, and Ronaldo had way too many wasted free kicks. But at last, Portugal got a soft penalty, and who else to take it but Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, surely, Ronaldo hasn't missed the last, 13 penalties in his career? Now, surely, he doesn't miss this one. And oh my god, he blasted it straight at Oblak. So yeah, Ronaldo missed his penalty, and it was brought in to the halftime break of extra time, when later on into the game, Pepe the walking 41-year-old corpse, who Roberto Martini thought it was a great idea to keep him on the pitch despite him being older than probably most of the people who are even on the Portuguese coaching staff. Roberto Martinez decided, yeah, sure, keep him on the pitch, and it all came down into a big mess once Pepe lost the ball and the Slovenians went on one-on-one. But luckily for the Portuguese, Benjamin Sesko shot it straight at the goalkeeper, and so penalties it is. And will the Slovenians win the penalties, or will Portugal win the penalties? Slovenia missed all 3 of their penalties. All 3. And Portugal scored all 3 of their penalties. Now, where is Oblak's goalkeeping abilities when it doesn't come to Ronaldo? Anyway, I can't be blaming the Slovak. I can't be happy about the Slovenians or making excuses about them, as this was poor missing 3 penalties. But hats off to the Portuguese goalkeeper. He was pretty good this game, and he is their only real good player on the pitch. But the question now is, why are so many big teams getting lucky? Well, that question's pretty simple. It's just that usually these teams bring the smaller teams into extra time, and when they aren't tired because they have a bunch of super subs they can make, the smaller team is. So eventually they win in either extra time, additional time, or penalties. But I just want to see a small team win, and I just want to see some upsets. And don't say Italy, because Italy are just bad. That's been a known fact before this tournament. Italy were never going to make it that far. But anyway, like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Goodbye.